Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you how the day of my surgery went. On August 3rd was the day of my surgery. So I decided to share with you how that day went. I was gonna vlog that day, but then I saw a sign that said no audio or video recordings in the hospital or something, and I'm like, crap. So I'll just tell you how it went and like give you results and yeah. So if you would like to know how that day went, then stay tuned and keep on watching. Before I forget, be sure and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to hit that red subscribe button so you never miss another one of my videos. And be sure and turn on that bell icon so that way you'll get notified when I do post a new video. So without further ado, let's get started. I got my little handy dandy notebook to help me remember everything. My laparoscopic gallbladder surgery was on Monday, August 3rd. My arrival time was at 11:30, and then my procedure time was at 12:30. We were finding a parking spot, and I said, "Hey, Mom, there's a granny." My grandmother showed up there to kind of pray before we went in there. We did have to wear masks. We get there, get in a room, I get changed into a hospital gown. I was very hungry because I did not eat anything from midnight on Sunday, August 2nd until after my surgery. I was back in my room about 2:30. My nurse was Nurse Chelsea. She's so sweet. I love her. She's so sweet. She was coming to do my IV, and then she's like, "I'm sorry, but I have a problem with sticking people." So she had another guy come in to give me my IV. The guy walks in and oh my gosh, it's Nurse Zach. If you don't know who he is, he was the one who took care of me during my ER visit back on March 13th, which by the way, you can go and watch that video. He just walked in and he's like, "What's up?" And it's like, "Hey!" He got me like on the first try back a few months ago, and so I figured, oh, well, he'll get it on the first try. No biggie. I was wrong. He had so much difficulty trying to get my IV going. He was able to stick me, but he couldn't get the fluids going. I have tiny blood veins, so it's always hard for them to stick me no matter what. First, he tried in my right elbow, and he couldn't get it. He tried in my left elbow, he couldn't do it, and he gave up. And while he was trying to stick me, the anesthesian came in to ask me questions like, you know, like before surgery, and then, "Do you have problems with anesthesia or something?" And it's like, no. So since Zach gave up, he asked the anesthesian if he could try and do it. And he says, "Okay." The anesthesian tried a different spot in my left elbow, and he couldn't get it. He got the needle in, but he couldn't get the fluids going. Stupid IV. But he tried on top of my left hand, since you can see blood veins on my hand. There's my bruise. Unfortunately, he couldn't get it then. He saw all the blood veins like right in there, and so that's where, yeah, there's my other bruise. He tried it in the inside of my wrist. Believe it or not, he got it. But oh my gosh, that hurt like crap. That hurt so bad. He stuck it in, I'm like, "Oh, it's okay," and then it was going in, and I'm just like, ugh. He got it, and he finally got the fluids going. I was officially situated. My mom's like, "Why do you have to be so difficult?" I don't know. By the time we got the IV going, well, believe it or not, it was time for me to go have my gallbladder taken out. Before entering the operating room, the nurse that took me there, she put these heat wrap things around my legs, like down at the calf, and she said, "These are just to help you relax." And they put like a foil shower cap on, like to keep all my hair out of the way, because as you can tell I have a lot of hair. But the anesthesian had the syringe with the anesthesia in it, and he hooked it to my little IV. He put half of it in there, like to kind of get me going. And then when I got into the operating room, they moved me over to a different bed. Then they stretched my arms out to keep them out of the way, and to make it easier for them to get to my abdomen. They put the oxygen through the nose. They were getting everything ready, and then that's when the anesthesian gave me the other half. And the last thing I said before I fell asleep was, "It's your turn, God." Like, in other words, please let this be the answer to all of my pain. I can't take it anymore. 7 months is long enough. I'm ready for some relief. It's like, please. Please. So then I kind of wake up, and I'm in, like, my eyes open because I'm hearing someone talking to me, and I'm like, what? So I'm waking up, and I'm in a recovery, and I have oxygen mask over, and I hear the nurses say, "Come on, I need deep breaths, and I'm like, I'm trying. Because I kept falling asleep, and when I'm asleep, I can't really take deep breaths. So that happened maybe twice, and then I was out. And then I'm back in my room, which was about 2:30. Oh my gosh, I was in so much pain afterward. And they were asking me, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your pain? And I'm like, about a 9. So my doctor prescribed me Norco, which is the pain medicine. It was so much pain. And then I had that about 2:45, that pill. And then it was about 3:45, and she asked me, "How are you doing?" Because they weren't gonna let me leave until I was able to handle the pain. They wouldn't let me leave until it was to where I can handle it. And she asked me how I was doing, and I said, "It's still about a 9. Then she called my doctor and said, "Hey, can we give her another Norco?" And he said, "Okay." So I took it, and then about 4:30, about 4-ish, he came in and he's like, "You know, usually when people say about a 9 on the pain scale, they're crying. Well, I've been in pain for 7 months straight, and I've learned crying doesn't help." Okay, ever since I've broke my elbow back when I was 8 years old, I've learned that crying doesn't help. Crying does not help, it only makes it worse. So I wasn't crying. I told him, saying, "Well, listen, I've learned that doesn't help." And he's like, "Oh, okay." So I'm like, and he said, "Well, let it kick in. The Norco takes about 30 minutes for it to kick in." He said, like, give it 30 more minutes and then we'll see. And then it was about 5 o'clock, and I said, I'm feeling pretty good. And they're like, "Good enough to handle?" And I'm like, "Yes." It's about a 7. They're like, "Okay." They removed my IV. They let me change back into my clothes, and then they let me go home. So I got home about 5:15. So from 11:30 to 5:15, I was at the hospital. The results from the surgery, my doctor did say that my gallbladder was a little inflamed, and my cystic duct was too narrow. The cystic duct, it is part of the biliary duct system. It's a tube that connects to the top of the gallbladder's neck to the hepatic duct, and it carries bile from the gallbladder. And what I mean by the cystic duct being too narrow is that it was basically more narrow than it should have been. And because of that, it prevents the flow of the bile, which can increase swelling and pain of the gallbladder, which can cause gallbladder attacks. That is the results from the surgery. So after hearing all that, it really does sound like that all of this pain could have just been from my gallbladder. I'm hoping that it's just from my gallbladder, because I can't take the pain anymore. But that is how my surgery, that's how that day went of my surgery. I would have loved to like vlog like the actual day, but again, it said no video or audio recordings, so I was like, crap, well then I'll just do like a little story time and tell you guys how it went. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please pray with me that it was all just my gallbladder. It kind of feels like it was, but still. Be sure and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And again, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button so you'll never miss another one of my videos. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!